Oh hi you guys! Recently my friends and I celebrated a Russian holiday, Maslenitsa. It's a time when Russians eat pancakes, drink vodka and burn a human-shaped straw effigy in the yard. Don't ask me why, because I'm not entirely sure myself. And as always, when you are in absolutely sober and fully conscious state, the strangest ideas come to mind. So, my idea that day was, why not watch some vintage old school anime? After all, many say anime used to be better. But I've always denied this idea because, honestly, what could be better than Rudolph Hiller? Please give us second season. But curiosity got the best of me. And, let's be honest, just watching old popular anime that's already considered the classic would be boring, and my brain thought so too, so I watched not just old anime, but old, cringe, and sometimes insane works. And today, I want to tell you about my experience. The first anime I watched is straight from 1987 called Junk Boy. The main character, 23 years old, Ryohei Yamazaki, only think about one thing. And with his persistence and sweet talk, he has no problem charming women. His path to his dream is working for the popular men's magazine Potato Boy. Potato Boy. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So he goes in for a job interview at this magazine, and right from the start things don't go as planned. But somehow he piques the interest of the magazine's chief editor and absolutely beauty Yuki Oda, and she hires him. But imagine the protagonist's disappointment when he realized that the men's magazine is far from a parade of naked beauties walking around the office between photo shoots. And Yuki's plans for him are purely business related. But Ryohei doesn't know how to lose or accept rejections, so the magazine industry will never be the same again. Interesting, right? But after 10 years of watching anime, I've learned one lesson. Never judge a book by its cover, especially by its minimalist description. This is an old and fairly obscure anime from Madhouse Studios that still gets some views from those following Golden Boy recommendations. But if Golden Boy is an anime about a curious student Kintaro Oe who dropped out of school to travel Japan, take odd jobs and learn life lessons, then Junk Boy is just mindless and dumb stories that serves only as an excuse for comedy and adult content. The protagonist is just some pervy idiot who never learns from his mistakes, and all he thinks about is... This anime has a rating of 5.8 out of 10, and probably inflated because of the adult scenes. I definitely don't recommend it. The next anime, Agent Aika. Agent Aika is a very weird anime. It's about everything at once. It's a Bond-style action, a sitcom, a magical girl story, and even, believe it or not, post-apocalypse. But the most important thing in this anime, fetishes. Though, to be fair, it does have some pluses. This anime came out in the late 90s, then anime still tried to reflect reality somewhat, so the setting, directing and visual approach are actually pretty decent. But what about the plot? Well, Earth, much like in Evangelion, I don't know, in Russian we say Evangelion. Never mind, decide to get rid of the annoying human parasites, which led to a global catastrophe in the past and the flooding of Tokyo. But funnily enough, this event has almost no real significance in the story and only serves as a background to introduce the characters. Aika and her colleagues are basically just regular workers and not special agents. It just so happens that when they took on their latest job, they got in the way of a cult made of hundreds of young women who worship a single dude, who sees himself as the sole alpha male in this brave new world. And the heroine's main mission is to take down this local Harvey Weinstein. Is this funny joke or not? I don't know, sorry. Honestly, this anime deserves its 5.9 rating. I also wouldn't recommend it. Another interesting anime that I watched is Perfect Blue. This anime doesn't exactly fit the theme of today's video because, to be honest, this was one of the most fascinating anime watching experience of my life. I think released in 1997, this anime was truly ahead of its time. Because most anime in the 90s were like the ones we discussed today, full of fan service and adult scenes, but this one belongs to the psychological horror genre. I'll give you a brief premise to avoid spoilers for those who might want to check it out. The main character Mima Kirigoe, a member of an idol group, and she decides to leave the pop industry to become an actress. However, her new career path faces harsh criticism from fans, especially from one obsessive stalker. And Mima starts losing her grip on reality. She feels like she is being watched, her old idol persona seemingly comes to life and horrifying murders being happening around her. Slowly, the boundaries between her real self and her idol image blur, driving her to the madness. You know, it's like Oshinoka but cranked up to the max. And if you enjoy works like this and decide to watch it, which I highly recommend, make sure to watch it in the original Japanese with subtitles. This will give you a 10x deeper immersion into the atmosphere of this world. Next up, Voltage Fighter Gaokaiser. So, its anime has a 4.6 out of 10 rating, and you might be wondering, is it really that bad? Well, how do I put this? It's a miniseries from 1996, and as far as I can tell, it's based on some fighting video game. The plot, if you can call it that, revolves around Sato and his girlfriend. They go to a special school, but of course things aren't that simple. Turns out the school director owns the Kaiser Stones, it's kind of local infinity stones, which grant their users incredible powers. And this local Thanos handed out the stones to people he thought he could control. But now some of those guys realize that Thanos is actually evil and he needs to be stopped. Honestly, if I weren't for the description I read on Google, which I just repeated to you, I wouldn't have understood a damn thing about what's happening. This anime is totally boring and watching it feels like eternity. The character's arc feel completely disconnected. For example, we started following Sato, who seems like a main character, but then suddenly we switch to some random guys with their own weird mini dramas, then suddenly action, then fan service, then someone dramatically talks about the fate of the world, and then more action. It's all completely disjointed, like the script was writing during a hangover. Maybe the problem was that I was watching it in that state, I don't know. Either way, I didn't like it, and based on the rating, I am not alone. Another anime I managed to watch, Lemon Angel from 1988. Once again, the main character are young women, and once again, they're constantly half naked, what the fuck? Please YouTube, don't block this video again. It's hard to find this anime on any streaming sites, and the plot here of course is weird. Lemon Angel was like a Neiro idol group, and the main heroine, Toma Minaguchi, had a close friend and senpai, Yuri, who recently died under mysterious circumstances. But when she was alive, Yuri told Toma that she felt happy when Toma sang, and also said that she was the creator of this popular girls group, which mysteriously disappeared just before Yuri's death. A few years later, Toma and her new friends decide to revive Lemon Angel group and try to uncover all these mysterious disappearances. Surprisingly, this anime has its fans, and you can find at least some decent reviews online. I wouldn't say it made me vomit up pancakes, but I didn't find anything good in it either. And the last anime for today, Burn Up. It's a 1991 anime about a group of female police officers investigating a series of kidnapping of young women in Tokyo. The main protagonist is Maki, brave and hot-tempered police officer, martial arts expert, and a thrill seeker. Together with her partners, Reimi, a sniper, and Yuji, a hacker, she dives into the criminal underworld to uncover the conspiracy. And they discover that a powerful crime syndicate is behind the kidnappings, using the girls as merchandise for the underground market. The officers decide to set a trap, but things don't go as planned, and one of our girls ends up captured by the villains. Honestly, the premise isn't bad, it kinda reminds me of Lycoris Recoil, but whether it was a limited budget or bad direction, I didn't really enjoy it. Though I'd rate it higher than the others, around 6.5 out of 10. That's it for today's video. I'm sorry guys, I already uploaded this video a third time on my channel. I don't know why YouTube downgraded this video. I hope now it's gonna be good. So, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, write your thoughts about today's anime, which old school anime you can't recommend me. See you in the next video. Mata ne!